Shalom, Kahalo Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us this truth. And shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect, Tabernacle of David. I'm the brother Yahshua back with another lesson. And Lord willing, it's edifying to the body. It's going to be really short. And we're going to go into what this devil has planned for the next couple of days, all right? Start right here at 2 Corinthians 2 and 11, lest Satan, right, your adversary, should get an advantage of us. Us are the Israelites or the elect of Israel. For we, the elect of Israel, the prophets, are not ignorant of his devices, his plans, okay? What he has, his schemes, all right? NIV. In order that Satan might not outwit us, for we are not unaware of his schemes, all right? His evil scheme. For we are familiar with his evil. We know what this dude is about to do next. Why? So that he won't outsmart us, all right? We would not be outwitted by Satan, for we are not ignorant of his designs, unaware of his schemes, devices, schemes, plans, all right? Schemes, devices. We all know what goes on in his mind. Hey, they got to come out. They got to get us. What are they doing? For we know what his plans are. For we are not unaware of his intentions. Okay? See, his purpose. What is his purpose? What is the purpose of the Most High sword? To try to hold on to his rulership. All right? His designs, his schemes. All right? There we go. We are not ignorant of his devices. We are not ignorant. All right, so there was one more I wanted to get. This. Let's go to 9 here. Second Ezra's 9 on the top. How are we not ignorant of his schemes? Second Ezra's 9 and 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Okay, so, right, I like to say that. Right, like the brother Samak down in Miami. We're watching, okay? We're measuring, meaning keeping watch. How? Diligently. We're measuring the time diligently. We know that he hath but a short time, so he's got to stick that charagma in. See, the missiles are coming. He knows that. So what does he have to do in order to succeed? All right? Well, he's doing some measuring on his own. He's trying to measure the depth of the sea. He's trying to measure how far space goes out, right? He's desperately trying to hold on to his kingdom, all right? And we know what he must do in order to do that, okay? He got to get that. He has to claim ownership of you, one more to try to put you back in slavery, because he knows that's what's about that. He's trying to be the Most High, all right? He's trying to know everything you're doing, be all-knowing, and have complete control over you, all right? So he can say, I will be like the Most High. All right, so with that being said, what went down in Canada? What was the result of the so-called convoy that went down in Canada? Well, the emergency bill. Okay? And now that convoy is coming here starting tomorrow. Okay. Oh no, it starts on Wednesday. Starts on Wednesday too. So let's get a little better understanding. Let's listen to Pedro. This is Pedro V. February 20th. Today is the 21st. Canada protest, this was all an experiment, tracking you down. How do you track somebody down? You put that charagma. Okay. How do you be like the Most High? You know, you see everything somebody's doing. You're monitoring them at all time. That's what tracking you down means. All right. And what happened was they were able to shut down the bank accounts of the people that were aiding so-called terrorists, right? They shut down your bank account. How are you going to get your money? We'll just put this charagma. So it's all moving towards something, all right? So let's watch this. And we'll read an article. And we'll get a couple of precepts. We'll go ahead and close.
Now, I want to give some updates on what is going on in Canada regarding the protests. They are learning and seeing what they can improve on. I noticed that when observing how they are reacting to everything going on. One factor is social media, which they didn't have back then, obviously. Two is
80s.
Cryptocurrency, another factor. So I expect something to happen regarding this if they really want to pressure the people and invoking these emergency acts. Because the one they did recently is an older one, and they want to improve what they can do next.
In the 80s.
But it also needs to be said the Emergencies Act is an old piece of legislation. You know, the good news is
the Emergencies Act is a piece of legislation that was passed in Canada. All right. And that went back to the 1980s. And what they're saying is, with the advent of the internet and cryptocurrency, things have changed so that they can funnel money to support these people in a way that what they weren't able to do back in the 80s. So things have changed, so they have to upgrade their new laws, right, and unrighteous decrees so that they can control the people and not allow them the sense of freedom that they, have in order to pull things like this off. So they're button heads, so to speak. And what they're doing, this is an experiment, like the guy said. This was all an experiment. For what? For what is coming here to Babylon the Great, because our so-called convoy, when I say our, I mean Babylon, America, starts tomorrow and Wednesday. Okay? And the main people that were sending support and money to these truckers for gas. Here, I'm gonna put this on your Cash App. I'm gonna send you money on via whatever. Okay? Crypto. So they can't be traced. And of course it can be traced. Okay? But what they're doing, this was a dry run for what they're about to do tomorrow. Okay? Now listen to I'm gonna back it up a little. Okay? And let them say what they're gonna do, because they're gonna do this here. All right? So you gotta be very careful, because they're tracking you, right? Through what? If you go down to the protest, they got you on film. They got your facial recognition. If you're sending money, they got you. They'll lock down your account. The only way you can open your account back up, if they don't come and grab you up, which they could do, going back to January 6th. Okay? Still people in locked up from that, because they're getting their ducks in a row. All right? Why? Because they're bringing in that charagma. All right? They want to get rid of the dissonance. They got camps ready for your ass. Okay?
What they can do next.
but it also needs to be said the Emergencies Act is an old piece of legislation. You know, the good news is it's never been used since 1988. The bad news is that it's old, and so the government has to, in a way, shoehorn the Emergencies Act from way back in 1988, 34 years ago, into contemporary circumstances. You know, just think in 1988, there were no social media platforms, there was no cryptocurrency. One of the key tools that they brought to bear are these financial weapons, frankly, which I think are a big threat and a major deterrence that has probably helped turn the tide, quite apart from the ability the Emergencies Act has given them. But I think there'll be other action that will have to take place, certainly in other parts of Ottawa and possibly in other parts of the country.
Now, another thing, all the people who are there, all the people who have left, and those who didn't get arrested, they are all being tracked, and they said they are going to track you down. This reminds me of what they did to all the people who stormed the Capitol on January 6th in the US. They tracked all those people down and still are. A lot of them doing time, paying fines, and so much more.
There have been questions to the interim police chief about why there's police officers walking around recording on video cameras, also recording with a drone above it most of the time. And they said that that is because they are going to be opening further investigations, tracking down some of those faces, and charging people, even if they have left this demonstration. This will not be the end of the charges to come, they said.
Yeah, and police certainly watching all the live streams that protesters have been providing for them as well.
We even seen the Illuminati card of this, which we knew was planned from the very beginning. And a lot of people took the bait, fell right into the trap. There's no way out from this because it is a new world order. So I wanted to highlight this for you guys. Now you let me know what you think about this whole operation going on. And with that being said, have faith, remain vigilant, and God bless you all.
Regardless of the fact that we are attacking your fundamental rights or limiting your fundamental rights, and the Charter says that wrong, we're still going to go ahead and do it.
All right, so now you get the gist of what went on. Now, and they say that these stormtroopers were shipped in from the UN. Okay, those are not Canadian police. Those are UN troops that were shipped in, speaking a different language and going into martial law. Okay, that's what the Emergency Act is. Martial law. Okay, coming here. All right, when I say coming here, excuse me, let's take a look at this. This is Bitcoin.com news, February 21st, which is yesterday, 2022. American truckers are planning a convoy to Washington. Group raises over 100,000. Okay, what's going on? Why is this on Bitcoin? What is going on? All right, we are not ignorant to this devil's devices, and we're measuring the time. What is he trying to accomplish with this whole psyop? Okay, it was clearly a psyop in Canada, letting us know what is coming here. What did they accomplish? They invoked the Emergency Act to do what? To put those stormtroopers, which are UN troops, on the street. All right, that's one thing they did. Another thing they did was they were able to track who was sending aid. So that if they classify the truckers as domestic terrorists, which they changed the definition of terrorist on the day after the Super Bowl, which was last week. All right. They changed the definition. They widened it so that they can say, "Oh, you're going to block the streets," and that's domestic terrorism. And then if you send them some support, well, let's get them some gas and some food. You know, let's help with this protest. Or if you go down there and show your face, guess what? Now you're a domestic terrorist. Now they could come and grab you up, put you in jail, and say all manner of things about you because they changed the laws. They upgraded the Emergency Act. What do you think this is? Okay? It's the same thing. All right? Now, ultimately, who's the main target that they want to grab up and put in jail? All right? The men of the Lord. All right? So let's read a little bit of this. While the Canadian government and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau try to quell the demonstrations in Ottawa by sending police to the encampment on Friday, get it? A United States version of the Canadian trucker Freedom Convoy called the People's Convoy is underway. Now, who's putting this together? We are not ignorant of his schemes, of his plans. All right? Who put forth 100? What? Who? How? How did they raise $100,000 so far? They have an unlimited account. According to the American Foundation for Civil Liberties and Freedom, the U.S. convoy has raised more than whatever. Okay, Soros. All right. Now, what they're saying about the American convoy that we didn't see in Canada is that there are counter protesters. Can you say BLM? Can you say the BLM so-called riots where you got two sides and fighting in the street starting tomorrow, starting Wednesday, okay, for 8 days straight? What kind of psyop is this? All right. Let's see. Let me read down. Okay, let's read this. For weeks, the entire world has been watching the Freedom Convoy protest in Canada. Why? Because you're putting it on your television and skewing it the way that you want it to be seen. And the hundreds of truckers participating in the effort. These truckers protested in the streets of downtown Ottawa over that applied to the trucking industry. In recent times, the Canadian government has enacted the Emergencies Act after Trudeau said he would do whatever it takes to end the protest. You see what they're doing? They're bringing these laws out. They're refining, fine-tuning them to do what? To lock you up, to get you to shut down your bank account. The five major banks in Canada all shut down and people weren't able. See, if you don't know these things, and what are people going to do when they can't get their money? They're going to hit the street. They're going to tear shit up. Okay? And how are they going to remedy that situation? Charagma. All right? We'll go into it real quick. National Police in Canada also sent letters to crypto exchanges asking them to single out over 24 digital currency addresses. Yeah, right, 24,000. This was after GoFundMe shut down the Freedom Convoy's fundraiser and supporters enacted cryptocurrency fundraisers. Furthermore, Trudeau warned that more crypto accounts will be targeted, and he sent the police into the Freedom Convoy encampments to arrest those who continue to protest. Can you see what is going on? It's about locking people up. It's about taking away your money, which brings in the MOT to the B, mark of the yeast. Okay? You see where this is going? In the meantime, U.S.-based convoy is being planned. We're not ignorant to his plans and schemes as well. We see what you're doing. And the American truckers have started to get the attention from the media. How? You control the media. If we're reading it, if we're watching it on TV, you put it there. U.S.-based truckers convoy is called the People's Convoy. The group says it's time to end the, what is this? Declaration of national emergency. This is ours concerning this and restore our nation's constitution. So letting you know we're not under the Constitution. What are we under? This. What is this designed to do? To take your money, lock you up. What does it say? GoFundMe was shut down. They're singling out. They're doing whatever it takes. They're locking people up. Okay? The website has a registration sign up where the truckers can participate. Who would do that? In the lawful demonstration, according to February 18th, donations are now over 100. Can you see this? All right, no. I think just this last bit here, because it names dates. Supporters of the People's Convoy can donate. Wow. Ha! Can set your own ass up. Let them know where to come and get you. To cause which aims to the cause which aims to start tomorrow. See that? No, it starts on the 23rd. Supporters of the People's Convoy can donate to the cause, which aims to start February 22nd and then depart the next day on the 23rd from Barstow. Truckers can also join in on the convoy while it is traveling. Do you see this? Now they're going to have people join. They already got paid. They paid some truckers up. They also paid, uh, uh, what do you call it? Counter protesters to stir up a fight. This is a show, ladies and gentlemen, as it embarks through various states. So this isn't just, well, the state of California. This is nationwide, okay? What they're doing is they're setting up the whole nation all the way to D.C. The organization called that is taking donations out of this is a setup, and donors can pay. Look at this. Bitcoin and Ethereum. This is crazy. Senator Melissa Melendez. California truckers fed up with the federal. This is all contrived. Government's endless emergency powers mandating, said that, masks and that are set to roll. This whole thing is contrived. All right, are they going to mention the counter protesters? All right, that's good enough. All right, so we see what is going on here. So get a couple of precepts and go ahead and close out. Let's get unrighteous. Yes. All right. Let's get Isaiah 10 and 1. Woe unto them that write unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay? That's what they're doing. What is an unrighteous decree? What are those who make unjust laws? To those who issue oppressive decrees. This is what they're doing. Oh, you can't send money to a trucker who's trying to protest. Wait a minute, protests were legal under the Constitution. But what are we under right now? Okay. What sorrow awaits unjust judges who issue unfair laws? Woe to those who decree iniquitous decrees and the writers who keep writing oppression. Woe to those who enact unjust statutes and issue oppressive decrees. All right? Woe to those enacting crooked statutes and writing oppressive laws. Woe to those who publish a publication of depravity and write evil, write wickedness. You people are in trouble. You people are in for trouble. You have made cruel and unfair law. All right? So, what are they going to do? Oh, well, you sent money. You're supporting terrorism. Here it is. Oh, you can donate. You can donate. That's the setup. Okay? What they're going to do is cause a ruckus. They're going to bring the counter protesters. They're going to start a riot. They're going to call the truckers or the participants who already have a deal. We'll let you out as soon as we lock you up for a week, right? We'll give you this much money, right? They're going to call them domestic terrorists. And if you send money, they know where it came from. Now you're supporting domestic terrorism, all right? It's written in there. They're going to shut down your bank account. The only way you can get it back is how? Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth, how's he going to cause it? He's going to take your money away. He's going to shut down your account. He causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a charagma, that word right there, charagma, in their right hand or in their forehead, and that no man might buy or sell save that he had the charagma or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You want your money back? Here, put this in. What is that? It's a micro thing. Micro chirp. All right? We'll get one more, we'll close out. What are they going to do if you get involved? If you go down to the protest, you wave your flag, all right? If you're seen walking anywhere in the vicinity, 3,000 miles away, and they want to lock you down for any reason, they're going to do it. Let's go. All right? Because this is the end game. This guy knows that he hath but a short time. Revelation 2 and 10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried. And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Okay, so understand that that's what was going on here. People were getting locked down. All right, oh, you're there? Grab you up, lock you down. All right? Where is it? Just crazy. My point is that people were getting locked up, according to Pedro. Okay, they was grabbing people up, towns away, not in Ottawa. They were grabbing up people. All right, are they not grabbing up people right here? Let me see. Look at this. Let's watch it.
Regardless of the fact that we are attacking your fundamental rights or limiting your fundamental rights, and the Charter says that's wrong, we're still going to go ahead and do it.
There have been questions to the interim police chief about why there's police officers walking around recording on video cameras, also recording with a drone above it most of the time. And they said that that is because they are going to be opening further investigations, tracking down some of those faces, and charging people, even if they have left this demonstration. This will not be the end of the charges to come, they said.
Yeah, and police certainly watching all the live streams that protesters have been providing for them as well.
All right, good enough. So with that, let me get this last one. This is 12 and 12. We know what time we're in. All right. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect were edified. With that, we're going to say shalom.